Get up. Come on now. All day, Shaun.
What's going on, everybody? IFBB 212 Pro and Gasp athlete Shaun, a giant killer Clarida, here to give you guys an update on what's been going on. We're in the new year 2020. Lots of big goals ahead. Lots of things planned for this new year. But before we get into that, let's do a quick recap of 2019. For those who possibly are new to following myself or haven't followed much of what's going on, I'm coming off what I consider my best year as an IFBB 212 Pro ever, having placed third at the 2019 Olympia 212 Showdown. Again, let's do a quick recap of my Olympia history. 2015, my rookie debut at the Olympia, I was 16th. 2016, I came back, I placed 13th. 2017, I was 9th. 2018, I was 7th. And obviously 2019, last year, I was 3rd place. Obviously each year we're making, strides as far as physique goes, but obviously in the placings. And many of you are probably wondering, what was the big jump? What escalated me from 7th to 3rd? And there were obviously the consistency with training and the diet and all that good stuff. But two of the major things I attribute that to was timing and motivation. When I say timing, this was the first year that I had the full year to prepare just for the one show. In prior years as a pro, I was doing 2, 3, 4 shows prior to Olympia. And by the time I got to Olympia, my body was just tired, run down, beat up, and obviously I couldn't deliver my absolute best. Anyone who's ever did a show knows how hard it is to prep for just one show. So imagine doing 2, 3, 4, 5 shows. It's brutal in the body and very stressful in the mind. So again, having the full year, 2018 off-season was my longest prep as off-season as a pro ever. And it enabled me to come into the 2019 Olympia fresh. My body was very much rested. I was very much fueled and motivated. Now, going into what I said by motivation, this Olympia title was up for grabs in 2019 with the champ Flex Lewis retiring, 7-time champ for those who don't know. He left the 212 division after the 2018 Olympia. He retired from the division. So the 2019 Olympia 212 title was up for grabs. And when he made that announcement in 2018, it literally lit a fire in my ass. And I told myself, the title's up for grabs. This is anyone's show, and I can certainly grab that title. This is my time. Now, I think for me personally, when he made that announcement, it just kind of told me we're coming to win that title. But if for some reason we don't win that title, I want to make a big statement that I'm here and my time's coming. And fast forward, obviously 2019, we delivered the best package I've ever brought to an IFBB Pro stage ever. I was 10 pounds bigger from the year prior, probably even more harder as far as conditioning goes than I've ever seen in my body ever. And we made a huge statement, and there were many people who had me winning the show or had me as high as 2nd. The judges, obviously made us work during that pre-judging and finals. We could have flip-flopped the top 3 guys. We were all brought, different physiques. But obviously, my physique was good, but it wasn't good enough. And that's okay. Again, the goal going to this 2019 Olympia obviously was to win. But what was I going to be happy with? I told myself, I have to be in the top 3. And we did that. And I was happy, but again, not satisfied. Because again, as good as I was that day, it's not good enough. I don't have the title. Someone else does. So again, let's fast forward now. We're in the 2020 off season. Now that I'm already qualified for the 2020 Olympia, we're gonna replicate the same thing we did in 2019. Take the full year off, come back into the 2020 Olympia just as sharp, just as conditioned, a few pounds bigger than we were last year. And again, as my history shows, every year I've gotten better as far as my physique goes, but also my placing. So I expect to, again, no less than 1st this year, to be honest with you. I'm going to come into this show with a vengeance. Again, my motivation was high last year. You can bet your ass that it's even higher this year, knowing that, again, having the motivation from people saying, I had you winning the show, or, you definitely was higher 2nd place. That's motivation for me. So right now we're in the off season. Now this is literally the first off season as a bodybuilder period, not just as a pro, that I've taken super serious. Now in years past, I would, take my diet maybe 80%. I'll eat a few clean meals here and there and a lot of junk food. This prep, I'm treating, just off season, I'm treating just like my prep. I'm literally eating 6 clean meals a day. I'm training harder than I've ever trained in my entire life. I'm just super motivated, super focused to come into the 2020 Olympia undeniable. That's it. Talking to judges, getting feedback from judges and my coaches. It's just a size game. I came into 2019 Olympia 169 pounds. And that's also saying that for the little guys out there or the shorter guys who think it's impossible. Guys, the scale doesn't mean shit. Again, I tell people all the time, if you got a goal, a dream to make it as an IFBB pro, win a pro show, get it to Olympia, you don't have to be the biggest guy to win a show. I've proven it time and time and time again that you don't have to be the biggest guy. And I proved it a lot again this year, having placed 3rd at 169 pounds. It's unheard of. I think the last person to do that was Lila Brada. Back in his day, he's competing around the 170s, beating guys, placing top 2 and top 3 in pro shows. So it's absolutely possible. So, again, going to this 2020 Olympia, I plan on being at least 5 to 10 pounds bigger with the improvements that my chest, my back need to come up. We're going to continue to hammer those body parts from now until the showtime. And I plan on, again, coming in my absolute best. Again, I was good last year, but again, it wasn't good enough. So I want to come into this 2020 Olympia with a vengeance.